me do this. We are ready to go. Is there anything else you want to talk about before we get started?
I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm excited.
Make sure I get my notes up. We'll keep this one's. I think yours is pretty straightforward.
Okay.
Kind of go over a little bit of your backstory, where you are, what you're currently doing right now, and where you want to go from there.
Gotcha.
All right. So I'm heading over to the map over there to kind of walk through kind of the backstory again. You were born in, huh?
Sure thing.
Yeah. Oh, you were born in Khyber. From there, you were about to be sacrificed for you are a lizard. Wait, what's your Yanti? Lizard folk is different. It's weird. It's very, yeah. So there's lizard folk, and then there's Yanti as well. You found yourself in Khyber. From there, you ventured out through the mountains, rode with the Talenta halflings that rode on dinosaurs, pushed through Karnath, learned a little bit more about kind of your past, your life, everything like that. You started to gain more knowledge about languages and such. From there, pushing through Onder, magical kind of one of the more magical nations of Corvair, brought you to gain a bit of knowledge about possibly how to gain power. One of the ways is manifest zones. You finding one in the Elmdean reaches, basically entering a plane of shadow in which you felt your mind was kind of twisted, corrupted, changed a little bit, which led to your kind of sorceress origin. From there, I'm just kind of spark noting it.
I appreciate it.
You went to the Shadow Marches and had a run-in with House Thrashk, which had basically, they're a little bit more like bounty hunters of sorts. And, after a bit of talk and communication, you decided to kind of work for them, more or less. Doing small, simple favors, you had a very good general prowess on basically charming people. Using your kind of innate Yanti ability, you're able to suggest things to people that typically they wouldn't do. Beyond that, your general charisma got you pretty far, and you kind of rode you through the ranks, got you a nice house, and then they relocated you to Troam, basically the capital of most monster races. Those being goblinoids, such as hobgoblins, bugbears, orcs. Those all kind of fit under the general term of being a goblin of sorts. And then there's like pure goblins. It was very rough and tumble. It was very kind of hardship, but I like to imagine Kezar has a pretty, and it's pronounced Kezar?
Kezar, yeah.
Kezar, okay. Has a pretty strong head on his shoulders and doesn't take shit from no one. That's my assumption, at least.
Yeah, it's probably accurate.
Yeah. Kind of leading you to do a lot more work, gain a lot more favor in the House of Thrashk. Basically, this half-orc house that did a lot of bounty hunting, and so they wanted somebody a little bit outside of the house to do some more of the dirtier work, which was where you come in typically.
Gotcha.
Is there anything else you want to specifically note on your backstory before we get started?
No, not particularly.
Okay. Let me do something real quick. I'm going to roll some dice. We're going to go from there. Okay. Your kind of upper is this half-orc man named Kagak the Thrashk. So, Kagak, it's Cagac, or Cagak. Kind of this, um, a little bit of a rougher sounding half-orc name. It was a little bit of a weird piece of lore that you kind of learned out is that most people don't typically commonly pick up the last name of the house in the Thrashk house, but more of the higher upper people do. That's kind of a sign of showing off themselves. You know, it was time for you to rendezvous with him after one of your missions. He would sit you down in the kind of headquarters that you guess that is currently set up there, in kind of Lower Droam, which is or specifically the city that you would be in, I believe, is called. I want to say the Great Crag, the capital, right here.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. It'd be this kind of two-story place, wood, kind of innocuous in the great city. You'd have to kind of look for it, and you'd kind of have to know about the world to kind of get yourself into the doors of House Thrash. He'd sit you down, and he's got green skin, got these giant tusks that always turn his face into a permanent frown. He's kind of like he's pretty much balding, but he tries to hold on to most of his hair. He's got this very simple kind of cloak with a lot of just buckles on it to keep his kind of weapons in check. He would sit down at his desk to be like, "Because this is good work you've been doing. You ready for bigger and better things?"
They come with bigger and better rewards.
That's why I like you. So, I know that the last job you had to assassinate that disgusting priest. It's a shame to hear what he did, but it just has to be done.
Too real.
Doesn't it? Huh?
Too real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that brings you back to what happened last time we talked about. You had sneaked into this church in the middle of the night and kind of used one of your spells, the Arms of Hadar, to slowly strangle one of the priests that had been doing very priest-like things. Kind of the darker side of it, abusing those who are innocent, and kind of putting it away. He goes, "Well, I think you want to go for a ride. I hear Sharon's looking pretty good this time of year." And he takes a letter out and he kind of puts on the table and he slides to you, and it is labeled for a Thok. It is labeled for a Thok the Thrashed. And he goes, "All right, so there's one of the associates, kind of one of my equals in Sharn, that I want you to work for a little bit. He's having a little bit of trouble, and it's kind of on the down low, and so I am handing you this letter." And you see it's like sealed with the symbol of the house, kind of this beautiful wax seal. And he goes, "But I have to make sure you do not open this letter. We will know if you open this letter, and I trust you, and I trust all the work you've done for us. You've put your neck out on the line for us. And, I just know that this letter can't be opened. So,
Fair enough.
I have, and he grabs his little bag of a small little pouch and he tosses it next to the letter. He goes, and there's about 20 platinum. It's about 200 gold pieces. Down in Sean, they refer to it as. I think there's an actual specific name for currency that they don't just call it gold and everything. They call it. Let me find my actual sheet that I have of this. It's in your general sheet too, but I just always forget. Oh, they're called dragons. The platinum coin is called dragons, and they call it Galifars. This is the kingdom Galifar that we're in, at least that we want to be in. So if you can go there, use this money to get a lightning rail ride from here. You should be able to go get some carriages, get you from here to Grey Wall, to Ardev, Gale Spire, and then to Rote. And then taking a rail there from Rote to Sean is probably the best way to go in terms of time. We're looking for a bit of expediency here, if you're catching my drift.
Yeah. Sorry, I followed that up until Grey Wall.
So it's...
Do I need to remember the specific path?
No, it's just the quickest way down and around. I can also see your cursor, by the way. You just can't see mine.
Okay, cool.
So it's just basically this
gotcha.
line right here.
Gotcha, okay.
And then from Gale Spire, you will take a ferry over to the Rote and up. Rote, which is the capital of Breland. I know it's just a little bit hard with the colors of our skin to remain a little bit unnatural. I mean, half folks are quite natural, but a Yanti such as yourself is not so much so. But, you know... Oh, go for it. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, would you suggest trying to disguise that, or would it be easier to just lean in and save myself the effort?
I mean, I'd probably say it'd be safer to lean yourself in. I know places of Sean, like, you just might have to hold yourself to a, you know, instead of putting yourself in the rubber, the more rough and tumble types, you could, you know, show yourself as an exotic noble of sorts, maybe, perhaps. Somebody with,
I see.
you know, puff out the chest, keep your head tall. But yes, I think you'll do quite well. And there is more money if you deliver that letter. I'm sure that Thok will treat you well. Is there any questions?
And Buck's just gonna be in the Thrash, like, house in Rote?
In Shard.
Oh, in Shard, sorry.
Yeah, he'll be in Shard.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly where they've set up. You'll have to do a little bit digging around. It is a massive city. Almost worthy of its being its own kind of nation, it feels like. But I think you'll be able to find it. So.
Alright. Any other special instructions?
No, just don't open that letter.
Alright. Then I will pick up the letter and gold, or platinum rather,
Yep.
and silently walk out of the room.
Awesome.
Emma, open that letter.
Yeah, and open that letter. Okay.
Alright, cool.
Is there anything that you want to do in the Great Crag before you head off? Any shops you want to visit? Anything specifically you want to do? They were the one that were kind of renting out your living place, your accommodations, and so it was kind of obvious that he was going to take care of that when you left.
Yeah.
So there's no like literal housekeeping you have to do, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
And it'd be pretty easy to assume I have nowhere near the gold to buy like any sort of armor to like help buff out this 11 AC. There's no like
So I'll
things for
say
cheap, right?
that so you have 25 gold. Let's you can
Okay.
kind of hedge yourself up to basically look at armor prices. What kind of armor are you looking at?
Specifically something lighter, nothing that
Okay.
weighs me down.
Kind of as you're kind of thinking to yourself, you would see a few armories around them, kind of just being the general shops. If you'd like to go in, you can always go in and ask about armor and such. You do have 20 platinum, and then you have 25 gold,
Yeah,
which is a lot of money.
Yeah, the platinum I gotta save though.
Yeah. So
Yeah, sure. I'd head into like an armor if they have like stands outside the front, something further away from the like heavy side.
yeah. So you'd go up to and you would meet a. You would see this kind of, let's say, this. Do you know what a drow is?
Yeah, it's like the dark blue elves, right?
Yeah. And you would see this little shop named Everything and Alienalius. This kind of drow that's currently working on a leather piece of armor, kind of just making sure all the metal bits are right, buckling it, checking it, doing it over again, looking over it, and kind of currently lost in his work. But you can see that like currently set up on racks are leather armor, hide armor, studded armor as well. So.
I'll just clear my throat.
Hello there. Sorry, didn't even notice you.
Hey, people tell me I'm too quiet for my own good.
That's quite terrifying to hear. What can I do for you, Mr. Folk?
Shit. Do people know me in this town already?
It's a pretty big town. It's a capital of a nation. So no, it's like people might have heard of you, but there are a lot of names going around. So.
All right.
And you're kind of good at like being a little bit on the down low.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. No, it's Shan.
Oh yeah. So what you can do is go to your character sheet.
Yeah.
And then you can hit the triple icon, the triple dots.
Outs. Yeah.
And then you can hit equipment shop.
Right. Okay.
And so you can just look up. If you can hit filter, and I believe you can just look up armor. I think it's.
There we go. Yeah. Light armor type. Save. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, these aren't that bad.
Yeah. So.
Thinking they would be super.
So what you looking at? Today. We've got lots. We got hide, leather, studded, all that kind of stuff.
Well, that studded looks nice. Let me see what my dex mod is. That's +1.
Yeah. So what I'd almost recommend as well, because your dex is kind of low, is medium armor might also be a good option to look at as well. So the thing between medium armor and light is that medium armor maxes your dex out to a certain point for armor class. But because you have only a 13 and +1, you don't need that more than a +2 that most have. So
Oh, I see.
yeah.
Okay. That's more than half. let me see what I got. Maybe I can barter. Would I have to sell?
Yeah. So, the general 200 was to just get you to the 200 was just to get you to there. If you would like, you can maybe ask around how much a train ride costs before you make like some bigger decisions. Or I'll say retroactively, he would have told you that he's nice. He would have told you that it was about 110 gold pieces to get from Road to Sharn. So,
Gotcha.
and that 90 was basically like a little bit of your money up front, and if you want to take like a carriage ride, or if you just want to walk down to Road. Oh, and like maybe 1 gold piece for the ferry ride. So.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
We're looking at about like 100 gold ish to spend without like dire consequences.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Yeah. Well, but okay. Well, I'm obviously looking for something a little lighter, which looks like you have quite a bit. Of course, something discreet would be nice. So perhaps that chain shirt you got over there to slip under whatever else I'm wearing, that might do me pretty well.
I think that would be good. He kind of lifts it up, and he, kind of looks at the tag, and he goes, "Oh, yes, 50 gold, 50 gold. Hopefully that's not too much."
Yeah, I want to try and discern its like crafts quality.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check. You're pretty good at. Somewhat good at. Yeah, those dice. Shit. All right. You would notice that it is pretty well made. You'd see maybe like a ding in there a little bit, but nothing that's going to hinder the quality of the chain shirt. Yeah, I'll say that.
Kezar, would I know like if drows are usually very like magically inclined?
In what kind of way are you referring to?
So I'll just let you know what I'm just trying to think. Do I think it'd be like a terrible idea to try and minor illusion some sort of like damage on it, or like some like scuff or something to like try and talk the price down? Or do you think that would like really easily know like, yeah, you're casting magic on me?
Give me a history check.
Okay.
I'll say
History.
okay. So, you don't know a lot about drows. They're not typically that popular here. There's not too much of them here. I would say that you at least know that elves can't be charmed and can't be put to sleep, basically.
Okay.
But elves might have something. So.
All right. Well, if they're immune to charm, I can't use suggestion either. I think I'm just gonna have to haggle this without magic. And I'm like, oh, 50 gold. Well, it's a little much. This isn't the only thing I'm gonna have to buy. How about this? I'll do like, or do I know how much? I'm never gonna use these darts. Do I know how much these darts are worth? Roughly that I have.
Let's figure out how much darts are worth. Yeah, you would probably know how much a dart is worth. A dart is worth 5 copper pieces each.
Okay. Alright, I'll be like, alright, well, okay, so, I mean, the chain shirt's what I'm looking for. I'm not gonna play around too much. And it looks to be on, like, pretty fair quality, but, yeah, I think that, like, 50 is a little too steep for the, kind of aesthetic quality of the thing. How about I give you 40 gold for it?
Give me a persuasion check. Oh, oh, choo-choo. Dude, I like that one. It's the price.
I like dagger.
It is the price. I'm going to be losing money if I don't sell it at 50.
All right. Yeah, fair enough. Okay. What about? All right. Fine. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to come back from a crit one.
Yeah.
But I was gonna try and barter and be like, how about like 45 and some darts? But I'm just gonna. I'll pay the 50.
Okay. Yeah.
So inventory, and then that's 5 platinum, right?
So if you could actually just do it and it automatically does the pricing for you, I think.
Oh,
if you hit the
okay.
right button, the button putting right, I think.
And boop, and then confirm. Oh yeah. Okay, cool. It did.
Okay, that's awesome. I think it takes out your lowest.
Yeah, and now I have
first.
AC 14.
Oh no,
yeah,
it
it's
didn't.
weird. It didn't wipe out my gold. It just dropped it to 5, and I'm not sure how it
well,
decides.
it because it can't go higher than because you can't have like half a platinum. So that's like the.
Oh, okay.
It took everything up to, your lowest denominator first. I think it took up. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And then yeah, so now you have now you're waiting.
14. I feel much better about that.
Yeah, because what you had before was 9. Wait, let me check.
It was 11.
Oh, okay.
Because I got some, or is it?
I think it was
10 plus dex. Is that how it's determined?
Yeah, I think it was 11, or I think it might have even been 8, honestly, or like 8 plus dex. Or something
Okay.
silly like that.
Because like. Yeah, I thought it was 11 when I was looking before, because like I was originally planning on having my character like this, and then just like relying on like magic and charisma and stuff, and then I saw it was 11, and I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
And then is that spell DC 13 accurate? Is that like?
Yes, that's accurate. Because it adds your proficiency bonus, and your proficiency bonus is really low now.
Okay.
It'll get up to so at 4th level, you'll get ability score, so you can get that charisma up, and maybe that dex up if you want. So you can have a +4 in charisma, and then that'll take your DC up 1, and then next level your proficiency will be 3, and that'll also up 1. So like the next 2 you'll have. By level 5, by level 4, you'll have a DC of 15 or so, which yeah.
Yeah, I'm planning on yeah, I'm gonna when I turn I was gonna boost dexterity and charisma immediately.
Yeah, those are kind of because you're right there anyways. Yeah, so that's what the other characters, I'm looking at all their spell DCs, and they're all 13. Yeah, James is the only one because he fucking min-maxed. But
yeah, such is life.
Such is life.
If that's how he enjoys it, right?
Yeah. No, and so yeah, I don't think he's actually gonna be that strong though. So we'll see.
Cool.
All right. So, you now have a new set of beautiful chainmail that you're able to kind of put underneath your clothing. You kind of got this overrobe on that I assume that you put underneath, and it muffles it. It's got a little bit of a jingle as it walks, but if you think that you were to kind of drop your knees, walk around a little sneakily, you'd be basically quiet,
Yeah.
in a perfectly good way.
Higher.
So
cool.
All
right. Well, I will thank the drow, and then I will see if I can find a train.
Okay. So so the train lines on the map. So the red is a road. The wider the road, the more traveled upon it is. And then the orange is the train. So this is the train line. So you'll have to walk or carriage or horseback all the way down.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Which is a little bit of time.
All right.
I'll say that you've kind of got a map on you. If you want to add that to your inventory, a map.
Sure.
It's going to be a travel. So.
Okay. Then others. All right, sorry. New tool could not be matched with efficiency. Yeah, I'm gonna do it manually. All right, so I'm gonna go to the stables then. I want to see how much a horse costs.
So you'd go to a stable. This one. Let's see what its names. This one would be run by a. Yeah, I'll say that it is run by this hulking, towering half ogre. That is just simply named Duba. And it's just called like Duba's Pets. And you see him currently like grabbing some hay out of this like giant hay thing, and then throwing out a horse and going, "Eat, little horse." You're so cute, and he like gives a little bit of a pet.
I'm gonna walk up and be like, Duba, I presume?
Oh, yes, Duba is correct. I am Duba, and who is you?
Name's Shan. Quick question. How much might one of these steeds fetch?
Are we talking a riding horse, or like a draft horse?
I see you know your horses, Duba. A riding horse.
All right, a riding horse. Let's see how much. And he takes on these little tiny glasses, and he like takes a book, and it's very small in their hands. And I'm going to check what the Andrews. So a riding horse, 75. Gallop horse. The draft horse is about 50. These are fine beasts.
They are. Oh, okay. Well, that would be a pretty easy way. And y'all got the. Okay. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's how I'm gonna want to go. I don't really want to do a carriage. It's not really my thing. All right, let's see what I can do here. Juba. And my animal friendship only works on snakes, right?
Yeah, and he's on an animal.
Right, I was thinking more the horses.
Oh, yes. Let me double check your feature, because it should just be your. Where?
Well, I don't know if it's because it's animal friendship, but I thought that was like a stipulation.
Only snakes with it. Yeah. It is a first level spell. So.
Gotcha. Okay. I'll be like, well, Juba, I think I'd be looking for a riding horse then. Is there like an area with the riding horses specifically separated that I can like look over?
Yeah. I'll say that he would take you over to where the riding horses are, and there's about like 4 or 5 currently.
Let's see.
There's like 2 that could have this brown amber like color with kind of speckling of white and black. You see one that's kind of got a almost darker shade of blue, and you see the last one that has more of a blonde kind of fur. So
Thing. I'm gonna ask Juba what. I'm gonna in front of one of the brown speckled horses. I'm gonna ask Juba what its name is.
Alright, this one is Linus, and this one is Kylie. Each boy and girl. Did you get that?
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
Okay. I didn't know if I cut out or anything.
No, you're good. Oh, I'm just trying to think of a way to haggle it down, like in story, than to just be like, I want to pay less.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, no, that's good.
um, are these horses cooped up here their whole time, or how often they get out and run around?
We check them out every other day, I say. It's a little bit hard, but we make sure they get their exercise when, they're a little sleepy right now, though.
Yeah, yeah. Are any of these fine steeds particularly excited for these trips?
I'd say Linus is. Linus is
Linus?
quite a quick little horse.
Well, then I believe it is Linus that I'd be looking to purchase today, but I do have to be honest, 75 gold pieces is a little steep once you consider all of the accessories one would have to buy for a horse, such as, paying for proper storage and horseshoeing and, taking care of rations and stuff.
I know about that, yes.
Yes, I bet you would. But look, Druba, you seem to run a fair business and you obviously have respect for your horses. Might I be able to offer you 68 gold pieces with the knowledge that the remaining 7 of the price will go only towards Linus and Linus's care? Such a fine steed should have to be looked after.
I like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reward, good role playing. Not with, straight advantages, because I feel like advantages are really, really strong. But, I'm going to go, hey, you roll persuasion, but add, a d4. So just do that.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good roll. He goes, oh, Linus, you've always wanted to go out and see the world. I could see that in your eyes. Fine, you're sane, right?
Shane, yeah, close enough. Don't worry about it.
Okay. You sound like you'd be a good owner for good old Linus here. What? Fine. 68 gold. No. We'll call it 65. Put the 10 into him. And one stipulation. He grabs a few sheets of paper and he goes, tell all your friends about Duba's pets.
Absolutely, Duba. You're a fine businessman.
Yeah.
And I'll shake his hand and I will buy Linus.
Okay.
And
I will
put any money into him.
Yeah. He goes, if you want, we got feed here, and the saddle's included, of course.
Thank you.
Okay, I am putting a riding horse into your inventory.
I already thought I purchased.
Oh, no, you.
Oh, yeah, I have 2 now.
No. Mwah, 2 horses. No, that's awesome. I'm trying to do that. Okay.
Boom.
Make sure we got it. Awesome. He goes, is that all?
So, I believe, Juba.
Good.
I will spread the word of your fine stables.
Oh, thank you. And he will get it off.
Nice.
Get it off the reins and stuff, and hand it to you.
All right, I will take Linus outside. Is there anybody outside the stables?
No, not
Just,
really.
walking around?
You're mostly getting to the outer walls of the Great Crag at this point. Kind of having that circular inward. The closer you in, the more higher you kind of are. So you're hitting more of the outer walls here. So it would have been, it's pretty seems pretty simple for them to take walks and such. So
Yeah.
um,
All right. So I'm gonna take. Um. Yeah. All right. So I think I'm just gonna try and get on the main path then, and just ride towards Grey Wall. Start there.
okay. Let's do that then. So, with a riding horse, your speed is going to be at we'll go with pace, travel pace. Mounted character can ride gallop for an hour, covering twice the usual distance for a fast pace. So, you will be able to go at a pace of about 45 miles a day. You know, the horse needs to rest as well. And that'll take you a good chunk of the way. It'll take you about 10 days to get from Great Crag to Gale Spire. You kind of read that out, and I'll say that.
And sorry, are we dealing with rations and stuff on this one? Like, would I have to buy food before that?
I'll say that, like, if we're doing like long trips, I'll say that like 2 golds for you and your horse. That should be enough food to kind of get you there and such.
All right, and then I would like to spend that for there. And I would like to spend the gold on Linus at Drupa's before I leave then.
Okay.
So he knows that I'm at least kind of taking care of it.
Yeah, he will totally do that, and he will be very happy to kind of give you all that stuff. Okay.
All right, then. Yeah, so rations secured. I'm going to start my ride to Gale Spire.
Okay. So, is there anything you want to do during these specific 10 days? Kind of, you know, you've got about 10 hours each day just riding, more or less. You know, it's not like at a gallop, and it's not like at like a slow, like meandering walk. It's at like a decently kind of like quick pace. So obviously this horse was excited to go. So
Nice.
Is there anything that you want to do during these days?
No, not particularly.
Okay.
I mean, I don't have any like things to like master.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay. So I just rolled all your encounters. So your first day goes quite smoothly. We'll actually see if so basically you start to head into farmland, and you know, actually, can you give me a perception check for your first day?
Perception.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of just been enjoying relaxing. And you're kind of just looking around, enjoying the view. Kind of nod off a little bit on top of the horse. With nothing to keep you occupied or interested, it gets quite boring quite fast. But you know, you kind of think to yourself, pondering the weight of the worlds every once in a while, and you find yourself just relaxing. It was morning when you left, and so morning starts to turn into more a night or so. And you're starting to get near the end of the day. What would you like to do as you kind of are on this path? And I'll say that you're about here, so it's just plains left to your right, and you see a little bit of mountains coming up, and you see a little bit of a river, but that's extremely far away.
Okay. Oh yeah, I guess I'm just gonna set up. Let's see. How far away? Oh, the river's pretty far. Okay. Um, and am I still in like farm-ish sort of lands, or are we like outside of even that by now?
You're probably outside that, and it's just straight plains by now.
All right, I'm gonna take uh a bit off the like beaten path, a bit, maybe like just 15 minutes or so, and then I want to set up camp out there.
Okay.
But I want to treat if I don't need a fire, I would like to not, and if I do need a fire, I would like to try and keep it low.
Okay. I'll say that you probably wouldn't need a fire. I believe we're hitting the, I don't remember what time of the year it is. But you're kind of in a more just generally warm place. It's not that, it doesn't get that cold at night. And if you were to set up tent and set up a nice sleeping bag, as you do have kind of a camp thing ready, you'll be warm for the night, for sure. So.
Yeah, I'll do that then.
Okay. So you kind of set up camp, you relax, and you have a little bit of your rations, feeding some to your horse, Linus, and you go to bed, assuming that you don't have any nightly rituals or such. And morning wakes to you. It's a beautiful morning, and you get ready. You're kind of a little bit groggily, getting some rations in you, and your horse, you're off again for your second day. You're about halfway to Gravewall, and give me another perception check. Okay. Let's roll. Yeah, it's funny. You're riding along and you look down at the path and you see a little snake, like kind of sliding on the ground, kind of going up to your horse a little bit. And you look behind it a little bit and you see actually two snakes at this point. Is there anything you want to do?
Do I know what snakes are? I would know what snakes eat, right?
Yeah.
Like my son.
I don't know what snakes eat though. They're pretty carnivorous. Yeah. Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
Carnivores.
small rodents and such.
Yeah, so they would eat warm-blooded prey, rodents, rabbits, birds. Some would eat others, other kind of stuff.
All right. Well, then. So I'll the animal. These things. Okay, so I'll use the animal friendship thing on them.
Okay.
For snake things, and then to like see that they're not hostile, and then if they're gonna allow me, I want to try and like just slow approach and see how they like deal with it when I get up to them. I'll dismount and I'll probably have Linus stay back a bit.
So I'm just double checking that it has intelligence, and I actually rolled, by the way, and it actually rolled on poisonous snakes for encounters, so it's funny.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, I was like, holy shit. Okay, so a wisdom saving throw with this beast. Okay, let's see. Okay, you see the kind of the front snake. Are you gonna just come to the front snake or the snake behind it as well?
If I can, both of them.
Okay, and I'm going to roll for the second one as well. I rolled the nat 20. Yeah, so the one in the back kind of seems to like pull back a little bit, and the one in front seems to just kind of stay still, looking at you.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I'm going to. Let's see. just have an empty. Uh, can I keep the snake in like one of my bags? I've got I've got a backpack, a purse, and
I'll
let's see, do I have
say
any concealed
that
or compartment
the
pouch?
rations where you kept your rations are suitable bags as well. If you
Okay,
wanted to fashion that into like some sort of place where you could keep a snake in, perhaps. Um,
okay, cool. Yeah, I will start my collection of snakes. I'm gonna try and take one of those bags and very slowly kind of like reach down. I'm just trying to figure if this would be better to do with my hand or with mage hand. I'm gonna read mage hand real fast.
it is probably light enough to be used by light hand. It's only 5 pounds, I think, is the max. It's a small snake.
Yeah, it's 10 pounds.
Oh, it's 10 pounds. Oh shit.
Yeah, I will try and use mage hand first to well, I doubt it's just gonna want to go in this bag, even if it is my friend. Or what does animal friendship do? Let's see. Just
It means no harm.
convinces that it means no harm.
So
Okay.
it's like, okay, obviously, maybe no harm. What are you doing? Put him in this bag. It's like it's just confused probably more than anything else.
I'm gonna try and just use mage hand to lightly usher it in, and then if it's resistant, I want to kind of just pick it up and put it in.
So one of the things I want to do is start working on like how the spell would work. And so I would like to imagine you go up to the snake and you actually earlier you'd probably during some of the time in your house you'd probably killed like a mouse. And so you just like take the tail off this mouse that you've been keeping in your bag for a moment like this, meaning a snake. And you kind of hand the tail to the snake, and it just slowly eats at it, and it seems to like kind of go up and kind of like rest in your palm a little bit. The other, you take off like a little chunk of the disgusting mouse, and you present it to the other snake, and the other snake just backs up a little bit. And you're kind of giving it a little bit of a soft, soothing words as well as you're doing this. And so you're gonna hold it like a bag for it to jump into.
Yeah.
Okay. Snakes. I've seen snakes jump into bags, and so if he thinks that you're giving him food, he's gonna jump into that bag. And so he'll slither into that bag, and it kind of roll its body around. So then its head is poking out the top. This kind of small, black snake with the yellow stripe down the back. Can you give me I want to say just give me a nature check to see if you know what kind of snake this is. Okay. I'll say that even though you are kind of basically part snake, your knowledge on snakes are not as strong as you wish they were. You don't know if the snake is poisonous, non-poisonous, but you do know that if you aren't charming the snake, if the spell wears off, that it might attack you.
Okay. So what I want to do then is take a small section of rope, and I want to try and tie off the bag with the snake in it.
Okay. So it's like kind of stuck in there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's probably gonna die before I get to use it. I should probably just let it go.
I mean, if you want, you can just keep a pet on you. I'm just saying that, like, if it wants to, it can. It might bite back, but if you, I'll have you roll like an animal handling check now to see. And can you make it private, or can you make it so that you don't see the roll on the animal handling?
Sure. Let me see if that's
Blind GM roll.
Roll mode. Blind GM roll.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. So that's that. And now I know what the snake might do if the charm goes off. So
Cool. Gotcha. All right. Yeah. Then I'm gonna try and tie it to Or yeah, I'll just have it on my person. If I'm gonna want to keep it in like my torso area, just because I'm wearing the chain shirt under it.
Yeah.
Um, and then I'm gonna continue riding off.
Okay. And so basically, your kind of journey seems relaxed and enjoyable. Pushing on, your day slowly starts to turn to a little bit more of this kind of golden hour of sorts, and you're starting to get back into the farmlands outside Grey Wall.
Right?
Give me a perception check.
Sure thing.
You still see farmland, and you're slowly riding up, and then your horse is kind of like giving you a little bit of resistance. It is actually going to roll well. Okay. And it slowly starts to slow down as you come upon a crossroads of sorts. And down the path, you see a man who had tied up his horse. He has this very long, he basically looks like a cowboy, I'm gonna be honest. And he's kind of got this long, like, kind of robe-like cloak, and he's kind of staring at you, leaning up against this tree. His horse tied to the same tree, and he kind of just seems to be waiting for you as you approach. You still riding your horse.
Okay.
Oh, do you not see everything?
I don't see everything. I see, I think, what might be dark vision.
Yeah, you see.
Oh,
Now
there
you
you go.
see everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and so he's already like completely seen me, right?
Yeah. He's. Can you give me an insight check?
70. Okay. Yeah.
I'll say that you're riding your horse still, by the way. Okay. You start to like wonder what he's wants, what he's doing, if he's just waiting, or like for you or for something else. You're not sure.
Well, if I'm riding, I'm like a decent chunk away. What I think I'm gonna try and do is, oh fuck, it's like interesting enough for me to want to engage, but I wouldn't want to. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna use. All right, I'm just gonna disguise myself something else as I go by. What's There's this area is still pretty like the goblin folk heavy, right?
Yeah. So you're still in, I believe, the nation. You're right, getting on the cusp of the nation of Joram. Give me a history check to know what you know about Grey Wall. Oh shit! I'm just gonna read you the
I
fucking
am
wiki.
the ruler of Grey Wall.
Yeah. So, Grey Wall is a small city in the monster nation of Joram. It lies on a House-Orient trade road leading from western Breland, and is usually the visitor's first stop when entering Joram. It is the second largest settlement in this region after the Great Crag, which serves as the nation's capital. Grey Wall is run by Quarchilik, its Illithid mayor. Which is basically, it's run by a fucking mind flayer.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Like openly?
Yeah. Like
Okay.
they're monsters. They're not. That doesn't mean they're inherently bad people.
What about the guy?
Yeah. So
Bad
yeah.
guy.
Yeah. So yeah, it's run by a fucking mind flayer. But you're just passing by, you know, and they're not inherently bad people. Like you're not inherently a bad person by being a Yanti. You know?
Okay. Yeah, I'm more worried about like whatever the nature of this mission is, at least off the top of things.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna turn into like a random kind of like, I guess, just goblin type.
Okay.
And then as I roll up, I'm just gonna try and give him a nod, I guess, and like I don't care that he's there.
Okay. Um. So I have to. I'm going to. You mind? Did you cast the spell, disguise self?
Not yet. I wasn't sure if there was anything else before then.
So, um, he's going to try to investigate you. What's your DC?
13.
You start to ride closer to him, and kind of looks up. I best reckon you stop. As you kind of start to get really close. No, yeah, he sounds like that.
Love it. Okay, I
And
guess
and
I
what
will.
you see is you see him pull back a little bit of his cloak, and you see what seems to be this giant scepter, this silver thing, and he'll actually kind of like step out to the side and in front of the horse, and the horse will kind of pulling back a little bit. This one going over to the side.
I will.
Can you give me oh, sorry.
Sorry. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, can you give me a history check to see what he's like holding right now? Yeah, he's got a musket basically.
Oh fuck.
Kind of showing it off for you, and he puts his hand on like slowly on the trigger.
Okay. I raise one hand and like surrender. I'll take the other to like slow down the horse to a stop.
Yep.
But I won't say anything. I'm just gonna wait to see what he does next.
Yeah, he kind of like starts to walk like a step or two closer, and he'll kind of like look up at you and go, "Yeah, your disguise ain't fooling me. How about you drop it?"
I'd rather not.
I saw you coming from a mile away.
Were you expecting me?
Yes.
Seem to be waiting here for someone.
I'm waiting for you, Mr. Yanti. I was sent here to recover that letter of yours. And I best reckon you handed over quite nicely.
My spell.
And he is ready to fire. He's kind of having it pointed down. His second hand is on it, and it's kind of got like a shoulder strap that's like connecting to him. But he seems ready to use it if the time comes up.
Man, I really need to boost that DC before I can like start fooling people. How if I cast minor illusion, how noticeable is that?
It's
Like,
quite so.
is that
You can also
obvious?
do your font of magic. Do you have which ones do you have for your? Oh, you don't have that yet. No, never mind.
Font of magic, but
Yeah, right.
my features.
Yeah, don't you get like the flexible casting thing?
Do you mean like the one where it's like really subtle, like that Reddit
Like,
post you sent me?
yeah, like the subtle
And
spell and stuff yet, or is that
yeah,
later?
that had something. I think that was so that's psionic spells, I think, or no,
It's let me look at this.
it's with. I thought it was my mind, the specifically the aberrant mind.
No, I was referring to like so basically the thing that makes your flexible casting.
Oh.
Oh, you get meta magic. So meta magic's basically a thing where you can change your spells basically up. You get that next level. Sorry.
Oh, gotcha. No worries.
Uh,
Uh,
I'll go for it.
okay, cool.
But it'll be quite obvious. Ones that aren't so quite obvious are like things like suggestion, perhaps. You know, but if you what were you trying to do with minor illusion?
Yeah, I was gonna minor illusion a different letter and just give it like toss it on the floor and try and write it away. But if
Yeah,
it's gonna be very noticeable, I'm probably
yeah.
not gonna do that then because he's
So
just gonna shoot at me.
the only thing is that the physical interaction with the image reveals it to be illusion because things can pass through it.
Yeah, I was just hoping to buy myself like a couple seconds to get like a head start, but oh, the horse is getting tired already. So that might be an issue. Okay, maybe I. Okay. Um, this is putting piercing slashing. Damn. Okay. Um, and what race is this cowboy man?
He is a human.
Okay.
Give me an investigation check. I was looking over him. Shit.
This train though
This
makes
train.
the one so much better.
Yeah. Um. Okay. You don't notice anything particular about him.
I am. Let's see, what's the some saving throw? And if it knows I'm on T, doesn't mean he's good at what he does. Okay, I am going to try and use suggestion on him.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna basically be like, let's see, can I do like anything?
So what's your innate spellcasting?
Trying to figure out.
Oh,
I don't know why with that.
It's fine. I'll give it to you. It says starting at third level, you can also cast suggestion with the straight, but it's fine.
Well,
You're second
no, I
level.
have no issue.
Huh?
I have no issues with playing it by the book.
I'll give it to you this. I mean, you're gonna get it soon, so we'll just say that if you use it now, you can't use it in session 1, basically, or whatever. Yeah. So.
Oh. All right. Yeah. Then. All right. Yeah. Sure. That'll be fine. Yeah. I'll see suggestion on him.
Okay.
And just say, hey, maybe like it's probably gonna be like a really good idea to like de-escalate the situation because none of us want to get hurt. So have him to like put down his weapons and maybe go make sure his like horse is tied up, just because or fuck. So. Oh no, he's been waiting all day. I should just take his horse.
Yeah.
Can I tell what kind of horse he's got?
It's a riding horse as well, and it's this darker horse that has it looks more like black with speckles of brown on it, and it seems to just be kind of looking over the both of you. And so if you're gonna do a suggestion, I'd recommend like keep it to a sentence or two, make it like short and concise.
Okay. All right. All right. I'm gonna suggest that, or so I'm gonna move to like slowly get off my horse.
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm doing so, just suggest to him that like seems we might be here a while, or sorry, seems we might be here a while. The suggestion is maybe you should go tie up my horse, make sure I don't go anywhere.
Okay. Roll for. Oh, I have to roll. Yes. I gotta use that spell. See what he gets. And that is a wisdom saving throw.
That is a wisdom saving throw. Yeah.
He kind of spits on the ground. You good? All right. I would hate to injure a horse. And he goes over and he's going to attempt to tie up your horse to one of the nearby trees.
How far is one of those nearby trees from his horse? Pretty close, yeah.
Yeah, so he's gonna go. Probably these are trees, by the way.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So he's gonna go over next to you, grab the reins out of your hand, and he's going to take the horse. And go and tie it up, basically.
All right. Is he looking at me when he's tying it up, or is he focused on the knot?
He's focused on the knot. he
I'm gonna
takes.
try and.
I was just gonna say he takes his a few seconds to start to tie the knot.
Okay, cool. As he's doing so, I'm gonna try and like slink over to his horse.
Okay.
And we'll just start with just that, I guess, as an action.
Okay.
And then what I'm gonna do is I'm basically just gonna try and tie the rope, or sorry, not tie the rope. Just cut the rope from the tree on his horse, and then just steal it and ride away.
Okay. I would like you to do. I'm assuming you're moving over, going over to the horse, and I would like you to do 2 rolls for me. One, a stealth check.
Okay.
Feel stealthy, you can do this. That is good. And an animal handling check. That one's gonna be a little harder.
I guess he is like a cowboy and his horse.
You. Oh wow, you rolled really good on that.
Thank you.
Yeah. You watch as he is tying up the knot. He's looking away from you. He doesn't even notice you slinking over. You listen to the chainmail kind of softly jingling in your armor, and you think Elias gave you a kind of a good deal on that armor, and you go over it and you slowly cutting off the 2 chunks of the rein that the knot was tied up in with your dagger, putting it away. You slowly put your hand on the horse, calming it. And then you quickly do one of those jumping mounts, and
Yeah.
and you just fucking book it, sprinting off.
Cool. Hold on. Sorry, I just want to see if there's any cantrips I want to hit him with as I leave.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and hit him with a firebolt as I leave.
Okay. Roll to attack. So as soon as you go, yeah, he will notice and he will kind of react to that, and then that is going to hit. Roll for damage. Damn, that's some damage. You watch as he's tying up. You hit him with a firebolt. You actually get like the side of his arm kind of burning up and singeing up a lot of it, as he sees you, starting to run off with the horse galloping away. At this point, he has done as your suggestion has forebode, putting up your horse, and I think the spell will end at this point, and then now he has free will to do whatever he wants. He will take out his own machete.
I heard him. It breaks it too.
Yeah. Because you just said tie up my horse was the whole suggestion, right?
Yeah, that was it.
He's going to grab the rein, do exactly as you did, slicing it in half, and he's going to jump onto your horse. And we'll see what happens. The horse obeys, and now it's a fucking horse chase.
Yay!
Okay, so let's go into chase rules, because they're a little special. So, wildness. Okay, let's do this. So I'm looking at chase right now. Okay. I thought that. Where's the chase rules? Not in here. So basically, it is going to be animal handling checks against each other, more or less, to see how quickly you can make your horses go. He's probably going to have a little bit of a higher DC than you because the horse is a little tired from riding all day, but his is clearly in good spirit. And he is already a little bit fucked up from that hit. Okay, I would like you to start off and roll an animal handling check.
Okay, sorry. My laptop accidentally closed. I didn't hear what rules did you want me to make?
We're gonna do opposed animal handling checks to see how quickly you can make the horses go. Okay.
Question, is the fact that Linus is really tired, like, coming
Yeah.
into effect at
Yeah.
all? Okay.
Yeah. I think you didn't hear me when I said that.
No,
Um.
sorry. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was in the dark period.
So we'll make it. About, you guys are about 60 feet away from each other at this point. You guys had gotten a little bit away, and you guys are now up into a full pace sprint back and forth. You look back at him. He's slowly starting to go down, and he takes his musket, pulling it out and looking down the sights, and is going to try to shoot you with it.
Okay.
You see you're so far away. He is going to have a little bit of issue because.
Sorry, I'm getting a call. 1 second.
Oh no, you're good.
It was AT&T. They're trying to get me to buy their TV package. I'm good.
Nice. So, what had happened is he pulls in the musket, and you hear a click from like 60 feet behind you, and nothing happens. You hear him go, fuck, 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 fuck. And he's trying to like play with his musket and trying to figure this shit out, and he's trying to like fix it, and this like the horse is like going a little bit slower, so like 65 feet behind you now at this point. Your turn. Is there anything you want to do in your turn? We'll just go back and forth, basically.
Yeah, so...
And then I want you to give me...
Alright, I'm gonna...
go.
Go.
You go first.
I was gonna do Mind Sliver on him.
Okay. How does that work? Intelligence saving throw? Okay. He rolls the nat 20.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. And so he succeeds. You see basically, what do you say? Because it's only verbal right now. Is there a specific word that you say that sends this pain into him?
Nice shot, cowboy.
That's good. He goes, yeah, fuck off. And I want you to roll a 1d20.
Gotcha.
Okay. Okay. Animal handling checks.
Okay.
Damn. Oh.
It happened.
Give me another d20.
Okay.
Okay. And your horse is like, does that weird neighing thing where they like shake it off, like you're going like too hard, too quick, too much, and like you start to feel getting closer. You like lose 20 feet in that time. That's 6 seconds. Now you guys are 40 feet away from each other. What do you want to do with your turn? You can see him behind him, starting to reload his musket, trying to shoot at you. Getting ready.
Yeah, alright, I'm just gonna try Mind Sliver again.
Yep.
I got your horse, bitch.
Okay. He's going to roll a... He rolled another nat 20.
God.
Yeah.
This man's got a mind of steel.
Yeah, mind of steel. He's like, I'm a fucking cowboy.
All I know is rootin', tootin', and shootin'. You gonna die.
Okay. You watch as he points at you with his own hand, and he kind of seems to like look down like the his index finger, just like staring at you, and he nods slowly before putting his musket up and trying to shoot you again. Okay. That was a 21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. You take Holy shit. Oh, that's brutal. You watch as you look over your shoulder and you see this ball coming and go right for your neck. It slams into the back of your neck, and you can feel like something almost pop, but it doesn't break any skin, and it just seems to bounce off. You take 13 bludgeoning damage. Yeah, it's insane.
Did you? Oh, was that actually mathematically what it was?
Yes, that's exactly what it
you
was.
didn't save me from death?
No,
Okay, cool.
I know, no. But it's weird. You think about yourself. You think about guns. You think about why didn't it break through your neck? Why didn't that kill you instantly? And you feel the blood, like it had broken skin. It just didn't like shoot through like a normal musket ball would. And you hear him like laughing a little bit behind you. And he goes, "Is that all you got?" And he goes, "Yeah." And he sends it forward. And he puts away his musket.
Okay.
At this point, can you roll a d20? Oh my god, you're rolling so good on these.
Is there a secret what these rules are for?
Yes, that's a secret what these rules are for.
Okay.
Animal handling checks are next.
Oh, or did I already do an action this turn?
Yeah, that was the mind sliver.
Oh, okay.
So now we're going to the next turn.
Second one.
Yep.
Okay. Oh.
Oh my god. You lose 20 more feet. That Thomas the Train. You were like, I fucking hate Thomas the Train. So 20 more feet. Now you guys are 25 feet right next to each other. At this point.
Okay.
You feel it start to close to 20 feet. Closer and closer.
Okay, let's see. What's the range on that? Oh, it's 10 feet. Okay. Fucking wisest, smartest cowboy in the West.
That's good. Yo.
Okay. Okay, I'm trying to think what I got here, because I'm very far out of, like, talking my way out of this.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. Did I done Blade Ward? It's Fletch, okay. Which bolt does 1d12? This does 1d10, but it's free. He's probably got. Okay, I'm gonna use Firebolt.
Okay. Roll for it. Okay. Roll damage. Good. You see a firebolt slam into the side of his chest. You actually feel like you see his body like kind of shoot back, his head like shooting back as well, and then he kind of like reels it back. How about you call us off? And he's still trying to fall after you, but he looks currently fucked, and he's not going to shoot a musket at you.
He's not. Ooh. All right.
And he actually watches. He puts his hands up, and a sleeve falls down, and you notice a very familiar glow to his sleeve. You would notice that this is the same mark that everybody in the dragon-marked house of the Rashk would have. This is the mark of finding.
You want the mark of finding?
So he has the mark of finding right now, which is the same mark as the house you're working for is.
Okay. Okay.
And so he's showing it off to you right now. I'm gonna send you a very small image of what it would look like.
Okay.
And it's currently on basically the lower of the forearm on his left side. Um, and
Right.
it seems to be glowing right now. He goes, here, she won't say anything. He'll just let you see it, basically.
But he's still. So is he? So he's like. He's not shooting me. He's raising his hands up. He's got the mark showing. Is he still riding after me?
He's still riding after you.
Okay.
Is there anything you want to do specifically that's like a short action or anything?
I'm sorry. It's the curse of having too many spells.
Yeah.
Strength saving. I don't know what this is. The hard thing is like since he's been rolling 20s, I have no clue what his mental faculties are like.
Yeah.
Okay, I am. Fireball. Okay, I should. I don't trust him. I'm gonna hit him with the firebolt.
Okay, roll for it. Okay, that hits. Roll for damage. Holy shit, he hit 4. You watch as this firebolt, you hit him square in the stomach, the horse dodging out of the way, and you watch as you send him onto his back, off the horse, completely.
Okay.
You hear him go, and he starts to.
He's not like dead. He's
No,
on.
he's basically like incapacitated, really can't move at this point.
Okay. I'm gonna bring his horse to a stop.
Mm-hmm.
I know between his horse. Actually, you know what? This horse has not been very cooperative. Is Linus running amok, or is there a chance I can get back to Linus?
Linus is kind of like, is a little spooked by the fire and all of the stuff that's happening, the gunshots and everything. So is the horse that you're riding right now. That's why they're probably uncooperating as you know, to an extent. But for the most part, they seem to be kind of in the same mental state. You could probably get back to Linus, though. He seemed to have taken a liking to you.
I'm gonna try and get back to Linus then. Just RP wise, I know the cowboy's horse is
yeah,
particularly stubborn. But yeah, okay, so I'm gonna try and stop the cowboy's horse. First, I want to search his saddlebags.
Okay, so.
Oh, actually, you know what? No, pause. First, I want to tie him up, the cowboy.
Okay. So what happens is you start to lift him up and you start to tie him back. He goes, check my coat pocket, and you see like a little letter poking out as well. It looks like a letter. It's more of a paper folded up, it seems.
Gotcha. Okay, I'll finish tying him up.
Yep.
First, I'm just gonna finish tying him up. Give
me a survival check.
Okay.
You have rope, I assume.
Yes.
Yes, you have hemp rope. Awesome. You take him and you drag him over to some a fence post and you tie him up to it.
Cool.
And you actually see like a lot of the burn marks on the front of his clothes. Even if it didn't like burn him, the impact of the firebolt itself did a lot of damage to him.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave him tied up. I'm not gonna check the letter yet. I'm gonna check his horse's saddlebags.
Okay, you see rations, food, extra musket balls. These ones are like kind of have that metal feel to it. Then you see a few that are other. They look more like soft, plush-like. In his bags.
Okay. Probably why I'm alive. I'm gonna go over to him, and check that letter then.
Okay. It says, Dear Walter Hahn, I have heard that you had you have now found yourself as an owner of the mark. We know that's being a human and being associated with House Thrash is different and interesting, and we would like to choose your abilities to surprise people. we are sending Kezar.
I'm just gonna cast this so it gets rid of the use, but I'm not actually casting it.
We would like you to find along this path, and so basically it's like detailed 3 miles out from Grey Wall, around 7 p.m. You know, a Yanti riding a horse might be on its way. Please, test them and try to retrieve the letter. This is a test to see if they're truly willing to work for House Thrash in the best way possible. And then it is signed Thok de Thrash.
Can I investigate it? I want to see if it's either like a forgery or like illusory or something.
Give me an investigation check. Do you believe this is real? Yeah. It seems like something that the house would do as well.
I'm gonna rifle through his pockets, see if he has any money on him.
Okay, he's got about like 12 gold pieces on him.
I'm gonna take him.
And he has a paper identifying that he is, in fact, Walter Hahn, a member of House Thrash. It's the same set of identification. You have a same set, but it's more akin to like, oh, I'm a bounty hunter listed by House Thrash on the down low.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, if I Grey Wall is pretty close.
He's got his like head hung down a little bit, and you can see a little bit of like dribble of blood. And you actually see him like kind of rifle into. Did you look at any like? Did you investigate his whole entire body, or?
At this point, yeah. If I'm looking through his money for gold, I'd like to.
You would find 2 greater healing potions on him, and he would kind of cough up simply and be like, yeah, that's for you and me after this is over. Just.
All right, I'm gonna take one.
Okay.
And what's the healing on that?
I believe it's 44 plus 8. We'll just say that. Roll 44 plus 8. Okay. You're back up to full. You feel the sensation. What you do is you actually take your neck and you crick it back, kind of in place, and then you drink the healing potion and you feel your kind of the pain, the migraine that was in the back of your head start to dissipate, and you feel back to normal.
Okay. And I'm trying to recall. So the rules about I think he's gonna stay alive if I just like left him alone.
Currently he's not bleeding. The firebolts cauterized any wound that he might have. You think? Give me a medicine check. You think he'd be okay being left alone?
What I'm gonna do then is I am going to take his other healing potion. I'm gonna tie him to the back of his horse.
Okay.
And I want to ride to Grey Wall, not like at a breakneck pace or anything, but I'm basically just going to try and abandon him outside of Grey Wall, taking his money, his gold, his potion, but I'm just going to leave him on the horse. So he's like, I don't want to kill him, but you don't fuck with me.
Yeah. What is going through his mind right now as you learn about this information? What is going through Kezar's mind? What emotions is he feeling?
Okay, so it makes sense that he's like there to test me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily like hate him for it. Like I get it. But I also kind of want this to be a message to House Thrash that like I'm not just like a pawn, and I'm not like gonna just like bend over for the house and like play along, because like he did attack me, and
Yeah.
although it was them, it's like in my mind that's it. Like in my mind, he's honestly lucky I'm not killing him, even if it was a test. Like that was also for like him, you know. Like he brought me with. I mean, I know like death's door. Like he almost broke my spine. So
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I like that. I like that a lot. So you tie up the horses together, and you basically tie them to the back of the horse. His black, kind of these amber speckles, and you ride Linus. I'm assuming in front, and he seems to be, unable to move, and he seems to be just quite quiet, understanding the kind of the weight of the situation. He, and he just kind of has this kind of general grimace about him, and then he kind of seems to doze asleep after about 30 minutes of riding.
All right. When we get really close to like when like the city's in like view,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna want to like even. I'm gonna get off the horse, see if I can kind of like slap his face a little bit and like get him to be like awake again.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I want to get him situated so he's like sitting on his horse, like slumped on it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be like, all right, listen, here's the deal. As far as I'm concerned, we're even. You can talk to Thrash about getting healed back. I'm leaving you your horse, your gun, and your ammo. And you better never talk to me again unless it's official house business. And I suggest next time, if you are intending to kill me, you don't use the soft rounds. And then I'm gonna slap his horse on the butt so it like heads out towards the city.
Okay. Yeah, he kind of shoots you like an eye and gives you like a soft nod. Can you give me an insight check?
Yeah.
Never mind. It's a general taste of discorn on his face, or scorn on his face. He just seems to generally be annoyed at the situation. That's anybody can tell that though. So.
Yeah, and then so it's like nighttime, right?
Yeah, it's basically nighttime. You're getting to like 8-9 p.m. at this point.
I'm trying to decide if I want to. Well, what do I want to say or not? I am going to try and avoid the city. I'm gonna try and find a camp out, kind of like in the fields a bit. Maybe take like a 30-minute off the path detour.
Okay.
To chill.
Okay, you can do that. You've kind of find a little bit off to the side area where you can sleep. Shit.
And then I am going to do so. Is it also okay at this point if I add a healing potion to my inventory?
Yeah, so you can add a greater healing potion.
Cool.
Holy shit.
Is that... Oh yeah, the compendium.
You were rolling for chase complications, by the way. So you rolled really well. Basically, like
nice.
a pothole on the road that you would have stepped in, your horse would have stepped in,
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, like.
And this is potion of greater healing, right?
Yeah, potion of greater healing.
By the way, you nailed it. It is 44 plus 4.
Yeah, I think I made you roll 8, but you were full anyways, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, and then I'm gonna go to sleep.
Okay. It's a fast sleep. It comes to you, and 8 hours go by, and you wake up by sunlight, and nobody's there. Nobody's doing anything. Nobody's interested in you. You just seem to be enjoying yourself and outside this field.
Okay. Yeah, then I'm gonna try and bypass Grey Wall and get to Ardev.
Okay. For the sake of expediency, you pipe past Grey Wall. You stay left of the Grey Wall Mountains, of course, getting back onto the path after like a mile or two of kind of seeing the walls. You head to Ardev. Is there anything you want to do in Ardev?
No, I'm gonna keep rolling if I can.
Okay. Down to Gala Spire, and now you are in Breland, of course. So you learn that you can't keep going with Linus. You'll have to get a ferry of some sort. We could have Linus on the ferry, but you know, beyond that. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so I am gonna try and like find a ferryman.
Okay. It's pretty simple, and he goes, all right, 2 gold. You want your horse on there? And he'll like point to the horse as well.
Yeah.
Okay. The 5 gold. Does that work?
I mean, a horse is. I mean, I'm pretty light. The horse is only worth what, like 1.5? Come on.
All right.
Like,
If you
3
stay on
gold.
your horse the whole time, 4 gold.
I'll do it.
Okay. You pay the ferryman 4 gold. This kind of dwarvish man. Takes about like an hour or two, but you guys passed the Dagger River, and now you are on the road right here, being able to head to Rote. And this is over multiple days, by the way, but you're keeping
I
it
figured.
quite still. Checking for anything. Okay, and you start to head to Rote through the path, I assume, right?
Yes.
Okay.
By the way, the first initial reason I hit Walter with that fireball, that last one, is like just on the off chance it was like an illusion sign. I thought I was gonna get close, and then he was gonna like quick draw me. I was not having it.
No, that's awesome. No, you played that exactly how a person should play that. So, so, holy shit. You start to head up from the path from Sharn to Rhodes. Going north, going northeast, just so you can head back down on the train, which seems to be, as far as you know, the faster way.
Yeah.
Heading up, you find yourself kind of walking by, and it's quite interesting. You see a few in like a hobgoblin kind of there's a few hobgoblins, orcs, and gnolls kind of in a wandering pack together, and they look like they're built differently here. They look like they're more the difference between a boar and a pig. They feel less rough. They seem more like simple, domesticated, quieter, a little more friendly as well. A few of them seem to nod at you as you ride on by them, talking to each other, like kind of all proud. One of them even had like a little small beast over their shoulder that they had killed earlier. It was just a different sight. It's interesting to think that like people can just be built differently depending on what kind of nurture they were in, but you just saw it with your own eyes. So, and as you kind of start to head to Rhodes, you start to see the city. It's a beautiful city. It's probably the most beautiful city you've seen so far. It is the capital of Breland. Is there any information you want to know or you want to do before heading to the train station?
No, not yet. I think I think I'm just gonna try and get to Sharn as fast as possible at this rate.
Okay.
Not much I want to do here particularly.
Yeah, so you kind of head over this kind of upper area, starting to head down, and you see this just beautiful kind of tall spires, you get a few glances. You notice as you're kind of riding this horse along, asking for directions. People are generally pretty nice. You see a lot of humans. 30-40% humans, elves, dwarves, halflings, gnomes. Kind of the more typical, majority races, if you will. So you're looking for that train station? Are you gonna go there with the horse, or
Yeah,
what do
I'd
you
like to
want?
take a train station, and I would like to see if I can get Linus on the horse. Sorry,
Oh,
Linus on the train.
okay. Going up to the train
If there's like a
station,
carriage or
you see
something
this kind
on
of
it.
halfling. Oh, alrighty then. A horse on a train, and plus you. Can I get your name? Sorry.
I'll go
Oh,
with Shan.
Shan.
Sorry, I was trying to decide if I was gonna go real or not.
Okay. Ah, Shan. Alrighty then. To get a horse and you on from road to Sean, a normal ticket is about 100 gold pieces. But something as far as big as your beast of burden, I'm sorry, it's going to be about 200 gold pieces. It's a lot of space.
I'm nowhere near that. All right. You have a stable in the area where I might be able to sell this beast?
Oh yes, stable. I'm thinking. Let me think about who could be having a stable. I've got a few friends. Um, there's this dwarf named roll for this. Named Orium. Orium's got a pretty good stable. It's just called Orium's stable. He's not pretty smart, but I'm sure he'll be able to take that horse off your hands.
Thank you. I will
A
return.
fine, beautiful horse it is too.
Why, thank you. It's a shame I couldn't bring it with me much longer, but it seems necessity has forced my hand.
I'm sorry to hear that. I hope that one day everybody can be riding their lightning rail. Alrighty.
Huh, that'll be the day.
Yeah.
Alright. Cool, then I'm gonna go see Orium.
Okay. Orium's this kind of meager-looking dwarf with a kind of a goatee and a pretty small patchy mustache. Currently shearing a sheep, and just trying to like push all the wool to the side, and looks over and goes, "Oi, what can Orium do for ya?"
Looking to sell my pal here. I'm gonna give it a couple taps.
All right, what's his name? How much are you looking to get from?
Well, his name is Linus.
This cute name.
Comes from. I'm gonna give him one of the papers that the guy gave me to advertise.
All right, Dubas. Oh, he looks like a presentable guy. You see, like the paper, it says like, "Come to Dubas," and it's drawn in like almost crayon. It's a picture of himself.
Oh no!
He goes, all right, this. At least I know where he comes from.
Yeah, I mean, he's a simple stable owner,
I
but
mean, most tend to
sometimes those are
be.
the most, yeah, the best ones often are.
Yeah.
And look, it's used. I get it. You gotta make your profit. I can give it to you for 60 gold.
60 gold. Give me a persuasion check. All right, this is cute. I like the pamphlet. How about this? I'm assuming you've still got some food with you. I'll pay you 60 for whatever food the horse came with, the saddle, the horse itself. I'm sure people will pay good fine price for a horse like Linus.
That sounds good to me, Orium.
Yeah, he's going to give you 60 gold for
Nice.
the horse.
Alright, I'm gonna take him out of my inventory then.
Awesome. You say goodbye to Linus. Linus gives you a nice little head nod.
Alright, cool. Then I am back to the rail.
Okay. You spend 100 gold on a ticket. I'll just say that you say that simply, and you head into this beautiful, ornate kind of train station. In there, you see a few interesting-looking patrons.
Yeah.
And you hear that the train will be going in about 2 to 3 hours. It's about morning, by the way. I don't know if I made that obvious. Gonna be around noonish when the train departs, and so that's when session 1 will start.
On this train. Ooh,
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Classic.
Ooh, that was good. Okay.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
I'm
was-
really happy with this so far.
No, I feel like that was a very good, like, that was a very beautiful way to do it, because some people would have just been like, "No, I let him go," but no, that's nice. So
Fuck 'em.
yeah, fuck him. No, I like that. He shot at you, so.
I'm looking forward to playing this with a much looser moral compass. Like in a lot of the games where like Hashim's a player, he always ends up playing like this dread pirate Marcus, right?
Yeah.
And he just does horrible things to get things done. And I'm looking forward to having that much freedom as opposed to a lot of my characters have been like at least trying to be good.
Yeah. But definitely it's gonna be a lot about like the personal thing. Working together like as a team to do things that you want to do for yourself.